Hey, what's up, everyone? I just wanted to talk a little bit more in detail about what is going on regarding Topix. Now, I didn't get to talk about it earlier. I had to stop. We had to go. But the Topix forums have sailed into the sunset, according to the creators of Topix. Now, I realize a lot of crap happens on Topix. A lot of things go on, and a lot of gossip, a lot of negativity is spread. But there was a forum, and there were several forums, not just here. But I was going to share several experiences on here, on my channel, regarding experiences that have been shared with me. The only things that I ever shared were strangeness, spirit activity, Civil War Civil War spirit activity that I had witnessed, strange spirit activity, paranormal activity, and Bigfoot activity. The Sasquatch activity had been talked about by many, many people. And I'm not just talking about saying, oh, I saw something, or seen or heard something. No, they were these people that shared on that Topix forum in our local community were in detail. We even had hunters of that type, Sasquatch hunters, come to the area and investigate. And they said, you have more than Sasquatch activity in your area. They said there is something. They said they had biologists and experts come to investigate what was going on. First, they had a paranormal investigator. They had a psychic investigator. They had some of the Sasquatch hunters and the BFRO, the Bigfoot Research Organization. And if you're listening and you're not into this kind of thing, just move along. Don't laugh at me. If you do, so be it. So be it. But yeah, but I hate that it's gone, because I had a lot that I had shared, that others had shared, about their animal disappearances, cats that had gotten killed or taken, animals had gotten a cut down their body and had been drained of blood, and the same experiences that I had. People were camping and they heard loud sounds, they heard screaming and howling, and all kinds of loud sounds, grunts and growls. And someone shared on the local forum that whatever recently happened near this area was dog man, and he said he said it had a sinister feel like nothing he'd ever sensed. It scratched the side of his trailer and his residence, the place that he lived, and he said that it just totally had a negative, dark feeling. He said when the sun went down, everything got dark and sinister. He said ish got dark real quick. Crap got dark. And he said, I'm not talking just dark, I'm talking evil. And he stated in his area what he went through. Actually, the hunters told him that with that kind of activity, they're interdimensional. And he stated that it'll probably follow you around. You're not going to get away from it. If they've already targeted, you're probably a TI. You're probably a targeted individual already. And so there's just so much that was talked about. 25 pages. There were 25 pages. Mind you, a few people that were being a little bit sarcastic or making some jokes about it, but the majority was legitimately, since 2012, people were sharing, 11 or 12, about this mysterious beast sighting. 8 to 9 foot tall, hairy beings, creatures, and he said they stated they let out screams. There was a woman that was a scared woman that lived in the area that dealt with some of the activity. There was a person called themselves Scared Woman. Another person anonymously spoke on there. Several people called themselves anonymous individuals, and local residents and different people that were talking on there shared their own personal experiences of these beings, these creatures. And it's sad to see the entire forums go down because they decided to remove the service. That bummed me, frustrated me. Yeah, there's a lot of negativity. There is a lot of gossip. There's a lot of explicit and graphic crap on there that people say about each other, or try to offer and alternatively use that as a means of, saying things and, spreading, how can I put this without, I don't want to be, they had a lot of stuff on there that they tried to spread not only gossip about people, but they also spread, they were offering, there was a lot of sexual stuff and drug deal stuff that was on Topix. And I get that it happened a lot. People stated things about each other and crap like that on forums. That shouldn't be. People shouldn't be talking about each other. But when you have people that, it's a few people that ruin it for everyone, I don't even know if that's why they removed it or not, but we have legitimate experiences and we got to share. Hundreds of posts. 505. There were 505 posts. And there were probably 40 more on another community of another forum, 35 on another forum, and about 50-something on another forum regarding strange creatures, a white thing, a white being, strange crafts, strange beings and Sasquatches, dogmen, and just so much that was going on around the area. I have no idea what that was. It sounded like a cat hollering, but I'm out in the truck right now. But I hate that they removed it. I just thought I'd give you all the news. I did a video about it recently, but I just gave more detail as to why that I'm frustrated. They said for over 10 years, Topix has proudly served up the town's latest news and hottest takes and all of that, and in that time a lot has changed. They grew to be one of the internet's largest entertainment sources, and as Topix grew, news and discussion became lots of what they were all about. Today they decided to break away from what they were and fully embrace the pretty good entertainment company they've all come to love. We want to thank all of our forum readers and contributors. You helped shape our community and push us in directions that we never thought possible. We hope you continue to enjoy our content no matter what form it might take. And they stated, William Blake said, "You never know what is enough unless you know what is more than enough." And so they ended Topix. They completely ended it. There was so much. I mean, now it's just a bunch of stuff that I don't see anything on there that. How are people going to anonymously share? You got to give your name and tell. I mean, how are people in the local communities going to talk online? That was a valuable source, a valuable resource, a valuable asset to be able to share anonymously with other individuals who have experienced like-minded and similar things, just like we do here on YouTube, but on a more localized level. I was able to post on the local community regarding what was going on in the area, and others in a large radius of the county were able to share things that were going on for them. And lo and behold, many people were experiencing the same or similar or even more frightening situations. And there was so much. People seen, strange crafts, strange beings. And they talked about spirits and ghosts. They talked about various hauntings. They talked about areas that Civil War ghosts and Civil War spirits were seen. They talked about a lot of Sasquatch activity. There were nearly 600 posts, 505 on that one forum, but nearly 600 in all, regarding Sasquatch activity in the area. And about 40 of them were just nonsense people just being sarcastic or hateful. But the majority of them were literally people that were spilling their guts, pouring their heart out, sharing these serious, detailed situations that they were going through. What happened now? In the middle of the day today, they ended it. Completely ended it. Could the same thing happen to certain communities from YouTube? Certain communities from if you have Facebook. I don't have Facebook, but certain communities on Twitter, Instagram, certain posts. I mean, you don't see much of those types of things on Instagram. They have a few ghost hunters and a few things like that, people like that will post on Instagram. I posted a couple of orbs on Instagram and Twitter, and I've shared on here and Google+. Now people are saying they're going to up and end Google+. I have 1,500 or more pictures on Google+. I've shared several of them. I've sold several movie codes through Google+. Well, actually, what am I saying? I've sold 2 recently, and I made about $9 that I was fortunate enough someone emailed me, and I had The Grinch on Blu-ray, and I got The Grinch again last Christmas. It was like, and I got The Grinch for this big sale for practically nothing, and it had the ultraviolet code in there. And I was like, well, I don't need the ultraviolet code now. I already have the Ultra HD in the cloud, the HDX version, so I would sell it. And I have several movies like that where I already had them on a big sale on the cloud, but I wound up getting them for Christmas or whatever, and so I still have several. I'll sell them over time, I guess, and the money went directly to PayPal. But I can't use PayPal right now. I've got to do some updating of the information and give them the social and give them they want the Social Security. I never did. They claimed I never did do that, and then they want me to share my identification number, certain things like that with them, and it's going to be a whole rigmarole, so to speak. It's going to be a whole thing. But I don't know. I'll probably get that sorted out after the holidays. It'll definitely be after the holidays, after sometime in January, probably, maybe. But yeah, I made about $9 on 2 movie codes, $3 on one, $6 on the other, The Grinch, and I'm going to try to sell the cartoon Grinch on the Google Plus page and by email to that person who was interested in some of the, and he emailed me the cash and it went directly to my PayPal account, so I was thinking, well, okay, I guess since PayPal's linked with my email, it just dropped it directly in there. But then now the stores suddenly stopped accepting PayPal, and I don't see that option. I was like, what the heck? They're supposed to be advancing, and they went backwards. It's like, what the heck? I mean, people, there's no section on the app anymore, the PayPal app anymore. I finally got it downloaded after I got barely enough memory in my phone to download the PayPal app. So I did that. I downloaded it, and then I don't see the option. So I spoke to someone else on YouTube about it, and they don't know either. They don't know what happened. They got rid of the option. It's more complicated. So then I went into Walmart today, and I don't see the option to pay with PayPal. And I was like, well, what the heck? What did they do now? Did they take that option away now? But anyway, I'm going to try to continue selling those movie codes, several that I have. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know what I'll do with that. But if any of you do decide to donate to my PayPal, hopefully some of the stores accept it. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I'll get it sorted out. All I do know is that the money is being accepted when I'm getting donations. So, or when I'm getting when someone pays me by email or by PayPal, it does go through. But I mean, as far as having to use it now, I don't know what they've done. I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, back to the Topix talk. I hate it that they removed Topix because, yes, there was a lot of negativity, a lot of gossip, and all of that crap. But there was a way for people to share with each other anonymously in a localized community online and share common experiences with each other like we do here on YouTube from all around this world. But there was a way for us to share and hear from other people. You wouldn't believe the experiences people had. They said that they would witness this large creature. They heard this loud scream. Rocks were thrown at them. A boulder was thrown. Sticks breaking. Loud screams, howls. And he said, I've heard screech owls my whole life. This thing was loud, sounded like a woman in labor, pain, screaming. And he said, I took off. So, I mean, he was on an old road in the woods in this hollow, this old road back in the woods. So and he said it was in the middle of the night. A lot of this stuff happened between 1 to 3 a.m., the 1 to 4 a.m. hour. And especially from 2 to 4 a.m., usually 15 after or 15 minutes before. It doesn't make sense, but that's what happens. And there was train horn sounds in the sky. There was a train. Someone had just posted about hearing. See, they closed the train tracks down recently. They closed the train tracks down, not recently, but within the past few decades. That's recently, in the terms of history, but in the context of history, that's recent. But they closed it down many, many years ago, and people still hear a train. And this woman told me, I still hear a train go by my house and by my window. You can hear the train horns and everything, and it shakes. It just sounds like a train going by. And the train tracks got removed years ago. There's train tracks that go through our area. Well, they used to, but they don't anymore. They never completed it. They got rid of it, but yet you can still hear train horns, and it sounds like in the sky and around you. Every once in a while you hear that. It was nightly for a while, but now it's eased off. And people have experienced it around here. And I had an uncle on my granny's side that always said, you ever hear the freight train in the sky when I was a child? That was something else. And we've heard it. You ever hear that freight train? He would always say that. So, just so much. And now Topix has removed it. So, thanks a lot, Topix. I know there was a lot of negativity and mess that took place on there, but you let it go for that long. Might as well let the people, now that we were able to find a way to share locally with each other, anonymously, and actually share. Now they took it away. I've probably been on the soapbox too long and a loudspeaker too long here, but I apologize for that. Why did I say that? Anyway, I apologize for that. Much love, peace, and I just thought I'd bring you the latest news. Bye.